going on, y'all? LeoMic. Born in South Florida, born in Miami, raised in Broward County. Let's see, man, I've been here all my life, man, from Sunrise to Tamarack. I know ins and outs through Broward, tell you how to get anywhere. Just gotta tell me where you at. My background, my mom's Italian and German, and my father's Colombian. So, we're like a mixed culture family. Born and raised right here in South Florida, the States. So that's who I am. Growing up, it was cool. It was a mixed culture family. But we were like heavily with Colombian, you know what I'm saying? So Latin flavors, what I grew up with, and at home, my mom, being a great mom she is, she raised me right. She was strict. My father was strict, and I just had to abide by the lines. And now how music found me, my father has an extensive collection of music. He has an ear for everything, every style, from jazz to electronic to some early rap. You know what I'm saying? Because my father's a little bit older. So that's what influenced me in my taste in music. He says when he came over here, his first favorite song was, or favorite artist was Stevie Wonder. Something about what that dude would do with the music just like inspired him, and he just had a diverse ear. So I just kind of inherited that. My whole family kind of does. We all listen to all kinds of music. The first time I started writing, I was in middle school, and I had just moved towns. I moved a town over, and I made friends with these three guys, Tyler, Will, and Kevin, and they were already doing their own little rap thing, and we clicked, and they're like, "Yo, we want you to be in." So that's where it started. I was like in middle school, so I would write like a little verse or something, and then when I got into high school, it's when I really started, looking to express myself via writing, and specifically rapping. I do some poetry and whatnot, but rapping is really my thing. So that's really where it started. And then when, years went on, I'd do it as like a hobby. I'd get with my friends and we would spit. We would hang in my garage and freaking, just vibe out, and we'd get a speaker and just like freestyle. And then when I got a little older, I had like kind of stepped away. Doing it so much, I still did it because it made me feel good. But it got to a point where it was like, yo, I should, go out and share this, see if it clicks with some people. And I went to my first open mic over at the Bailey's Contemporary Art Center in Pompano. And it's a little intimate setting, like probably like 15 people max. And when I went and did my little performance that I had, people were rocking with it. And then I was like, man, I might have something here. So from that point on, I was taking it more seriously, writing consistently, and, balancing life and the things that I love to do, and just putting a lot of time and effort to those things that I love to do, not just surviving, but, things that I could see myself doing in the future. That exact thing where I was like seeking open mics, and then I saw the flyer for this thing, Hang Time, at this kava spot in Delray, and it was specifically advertised as a cipher and like freestyling. So I went and was freestyling. I was seeing how they set up, how they let the show flow, and the floor was open where the mic was just being passed around. So I started spitting. And then I remember Wody Woe walks in. He was the host. He walks in, and then I'm spitting, and then he's like, "Oh shit!" And then I look at him like, "Okay, oh shit!" And he starts spitting, and then we both started going back and forth. And then the cipher was just, the energy in the cipher was just off the chain. And from then on, he, shared his vision for a Siphon Sesh, and I just jumped on board with him and been rocking with Siphon Sesh ever since. Cause you can't fake it. When you're in the cipher, you you got it or you don't got it. You know what I mean? Now sometimes you might like catch a flow and you get into, you know, what some people call like a flow state, and you're able to just rip. But sometimes you don't catch. Sometimes you're looking to spit something and it's not hitting. And and in those moments you stay in it, you wait for that wave to come back around, and you might have some inspiration. So just the instant composition factor is what I love about it, because you got to be creative, you got to be on your toes, you know what I mean? And it brings an element that it goes hand in hand, but it's unexpected, and you might not anticipate how you're gonna rock it, but you have no choice. If you're gonna step into Cyph, you gotta do your best to rock it, and it works out. Cyph and Sesh, we got something in the works that's gonna be coming out. Myself, I got some personal projects on the back burner that are like just in preparation as far as like concept, you know, the full selection of production, what kind of art would like to go with it. So I'm trying to do things a little bit more organized, and like have like a battle plan set up. Rocking shows with the team, and keeping the momentum flowing, you know what I mean? Just keeping the momentum going, individually and as a team, you know what I'm saying? Because all of it feeds the beast, you know, to put it plainly. So as long as, you know, we're doing our individual work, because that's just as important as the teamwork, you know what I mean? And we just keep that foot on the gas and just pace it right, and then the wave is gonna build, because the wave's already been established. You know what I'm saying? We rock shows from Palm Beach to Dade, out to the West Coast and Fort Myers and Naples. So, I mean, you know, we've been to Japan, and that was phenomenal. That was an experience. And one thing that is evident is wherever we go to rock, people are fucking with it. You know, that's can't be denied. What I'd like to see is getting to a point where we have a good following, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, the music could supplement some of my life. You know what I mean? Because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You know, although I do it for love, and I do it because it is something that I'm gonna do regardless whether I make money or I don't make money. You know, but having a plan and just to continue expressing myself, I'm just hoping that people can connect with it, and it grows. And like I said, just the movement grows. Just the commitment to the mission, man. And like what gets me going as far as like writing and creating, I try and come up with when I sit to write, I try to come up with the illest thing that I can think of. Whether it's like a conceptual track, it could be a line, but like I'm influenced heavy by a lot of underground hip hop. That's what I grew up listening to. And I just remember being young and seeing these gentlemen and ladies, because there's a lot of phenomenal lady MCs, and just being like they're on like a God tier level of what they can create. And then coming of age, you realize making sure the people that I'm around, my family, my friends, that we're all like okay, you know what I'm saying? So I do my best to help wherever I can, and just making sure everybody's above water, and then beyond that we can actually thrive. That's the goal. Stick to it. You gotta just stick to it. It's a matter of like discipline, you know what I'm saying? You show up when you're feeling great, you show up when you're not feeling good, you show up when you don't want to do it, you know, because whatever you put your time to, that becomes your art and your craft, and it becomes a part of you. So if it is something that you feel good about, like the best way I describe it, if it's something that you connect with God in the way that I can sit down and write verses for hours, to the point where time isn't even on my mind and I get lost in it. And like as people, that's our superpower. Whatever we put our focus to, we will become that, and we'll get great skill in that. So whatever you feel good about, where you can just forget that you're doing it, but you've been doing it for so long, you gotta just stick to it. There's gonna be moments in life where you may fall off of it, but always return and get back on the horse, and just persistence. Persistence, because like I said, I connect with God through that. From playing ball, from rapping, to just like spending quality time. These things I can do and it feels timeless. So when you got something like that, stick to it. Yeah, I believe there's a God and something that holds us, and this whole like big ball and everything circulating, holds it all together. I don't have any specific denomination, you know, but I was raised Catholic. But I believe there's something that keeps it all spinning, and I make sure that I'm thankful. I mean, I am thankful for it, and I give thanks every day. So the best way to give thanks is those gifts that you was given. You can't drop those. So that's my relationship with a higher power, man. There's something up there, and I'm just gracious. Like I said, if you got something that you believe in, stick to it. Stick to it, and whatever your medium is, express yourself honestly. You know, it's a project from Binary Star, honest expression, but just that statement alone, it means a lot. So express yourself and stick to your gifts, man, because they were given to you, so you should never put them down. All right, man, the Siphon Sesh. Shout out Wody, Flip, Switch the Weirdo. We got Con Gnarly, Told Y'all Records, Tau Locust, South Florida community, man, from Broward, Day, West Palm Beach. Siphon Sesh coming through. Full Court, Kumo, Vash, Savvy. It's a network, man, it's a movement. Yo, my name's LeoMic. Shout out to Respect the Vibe. Subscribe.
You see, a lot of people don't feel happy unless they have another thing beyond money, which is called status. And status, to a very large extent in our economy, consists in conspicuous consumption.
Money. Gotta get the green, time to collect the green. Money. Gotta get the green, time to collect the greens. Wake up every morning with a plan to get paper. Focused on my aim, I'm not looking at my neighbor. Study different ways to bake cake like a baker. Got payments coming in from Nova Scotia to Jamaica. Whether beef patties, dumplings, and cabbage. Do what I must to keep it pumping with less baggage. Straight direct to the point like a phallus. Don't talk to oinks, it tips the scales off balance. I work for what I earn, just like an allowance. Without parental discretion, nor parental protection. The mind is a weapon to keep the cash flow growing and connecting like tree roots in rainforests and wetlands. Grass is too thick, ain't no Pokemon you catching. Far-fetching like youthful adolescence. It's hard lessons to earn the fruit that's collected. Beware of the deception, cause it just might be your wrecking. Money. Gotta get the green, time to collect the green. Money. Gotta get the green, time to collect the greens. I've been on my grind since Tony Pro Skater. Matter of fact, I've been on since before Sega. 7 days a week, especially Jen Ortega. Get over the hump and order the hump, then back on the conveyor. No time to pause, no time to hold. No time to stall, hurry, open the vote. I want my people sitting high like an opium coat. I'd say, you sane if you looking to boat. They call my money Hussein, cause it's stashed in a hole. For the funds I rack, there's no destruction tracked. Rolling in and out like a supersonic dash. Lose the tails en route so I could drop the stash. No clues to count to find my pumpkin patch. Yeah, I lose amounts and get a numpkin fast. She can't soothe your mouth, she with her lunch and dad. True dirty South, get blumpkins while she bad.
And having this thing and that thing and the other thing, and having a swimming pool, a Ferrari, and we think we need all that because we've been persuaded by a certain kind of propaganda that that's how we ought to live.